Hello and welcome to Spine Care Fitness. I'm Dave.
And I'm Laura.
And we are here to teach you how to become your own personal body mechanic so that you can fix yourself.
My name is Laura Fields. I'm a sports medicine physical therapist. And today we're going to be talking about the shoulder. Here's your shoulder. This is your left shoulder. You have the clavicle, your collarbone that fits on to the scapula, your shoulder blade, and then you've got your arm that sits underneath all of those bones, basically. The problem happens constantly to everybody is if there's an impairment in one of these muscles, the rotator cuff or the bicep, or something's going on creating an imbalance of muscle firing, you'll have what's called impingement. All muscles in a joint work together simultaneously so that you have fluid movement when you're reaching out, when you're reaching forward, when you're going behind your back, when you're going over your head, all of that stuff. The rotator cuff works in sync with the bicep and the deltoid so that you have clear movement. What happens typically is the rotator cuff is made up of 4 muscles. Top muscle here, I'll just review the terms so you can at least recognize them if you hear them again. Supraspinatus. Muscle down here is infraspinatus. There's a little muscle down here called the teres minor that helps the infraspinatus. And there's a big muscle in front here called the subscapularis. Those muscles all work to rotate the shoulder. The deltoid comes across and it abducts the arm. The bicep comes up and it flexes the shoulder, brings it up. If one of these muscles is not doing its job, then the deltoid or the bicep is overpowering those weaker muscles and you're slamming the arm is being jammed into this bone here. So when everything's working together and working properly, the back rotator cuff muscle, as the deltoid and bicep are pulling you up, this back muscle and the rotator cuff as a whole compresses your arm in here and pulls it down to clear this bone. And then you have pain-free movement. Typically what happens when one of those muscles is not doing its job, the supraspinatus and the tendons that attach right there on the side of your arm and right in the front get jammed into this bone. And that's called impingement syndrome, rotator cuff, tenosynovitis, impingement. If you go online, you'll be aware of those terms. Also, it can lead to a partial tear or a full thickness rotator cuff tear, and that's where you are a candidate for surgery. And so that can be prevented if you just wake up these muscles again, specifically the infraspinatus, and just kind of clear and clean out the supraspinatus. Okay, so the muscle belly is back here in the back of your shoulder, and the tendons come together and blend into the front of the capsule, the front of the shoulder, and that's why you have pain in the front, even though the muscle belly is in the back. Now we're going to talk about how to train it. You need to specifically isolate the supraspinatus and the infraspinatus and the subscapularis to have it efficiently do its job, which is compressing your arm against the joint and then sliding it down, gliding it down as the bicep and deltoid muscles pull you up. It's a synchronous relationship. You need to have equal and opposite forces acting for a friction-free joint. And what happens typically is the infraspinatus stops working. And so there's no countering movement from the deltoid and the bicep bringing you up. There's no countering movement sliding that head of the humerus down away from this bone. And that's where the impingement occurs. Pinching and grinding and clicking and popping and all that stuff.
Well, thanks so much for stopping by to spinecarefitness.com. You can check out our site at www.spinecarefitness.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day. For even more great videos and resources, subscribe to our newsletter by visiting us at www.spinecarefitness.com. And just as a thank you for signing up, you'll get access to our subscriber-only video, The Back Attack Negotiator.